Hi, I'm Riley Swab. I'm here with Pace Auctions to talk to you a little bit about a Lloyd Branson portrait of Andrew Jackson, President Andrew Jackson, astride his horse Sam Patch. This is a painting that was painted by Lloyd Branson after a painting by an artist named Ralph Earl, who was kind of the court painter at the Hermitage, which is the Andrew Jackson estate. Earl is best known as Jackson's portraitist. He also painted a wide variety of other people within the social milieu surrounding Andrew Jackson. But this painting is by Lloyd Branson. And as you can see from this plaque, this is a painting of Andrew Jackson on Sam Patch. This painting was presented to the Knoxville High School on March 1st, 1921, by S.G. Heiskell, author of Andrew Jackson and Early Tennessee History. So we have here is a painting by a Knoxville artist, Lloyd Branson, who is an important artist in Knoxville in the late 19th century as a portraitist. And then also in the 20th century, he painted landscapes, he painted still lifes. And he's also an inspiration for the important 20th century East Tennessee painters, Buford Delaney and Catherine Wiley. So on the cover of the Frisch Center for the Visual Arts exhibition catalog, Art of Tennessee, you'll see the original painting by Ralph Earl, which is still in the collection of the Hermitage outside of Nashville. So you can see that this painting has much brighter, richer colors. We think that's due to the fact that the Branson version was, as I said earlier, gifted to the Knoxville High School during the era of coal furnace heat. And so we think this painting has become really, covered in that coal dust. And so that's what we're working on now, is trying to restore it to its vivid coloration. Kind of exciting because we don't know whether or not Branson took the colors from the original Earl or if he did his own thing. And so as we kind of remove the layers of grime that is, cloaking this painting, we'll be able to see more about what maybe Branson did as opposed to what Earl did.
My name is Victor Costantino. I'm with Case Antiques. I'm in the restoration department here. And we are looking at this Lloyd Branson painting, which has numerous problems. Well, I've seen worse, I've seen better, but two of the biggest problems with this painting is the fire damage or soot damage from possibly being in a boiler room. We're not sure which one it is, but we're going to be cleaning the soot off of this painting for the initial restoration. And then as we get further into the restoration, we have some damage with the substrate, which in this case, instead of canvas, is a type of masonite. And the masonite has been damaged and hit actually from the back side, and there's some things from the front as well. So after it's all cleaned, then we're going to attempt to try to stabilize all that. And then we'll probably go back and then touch up some areas of lost masonite and paint here. Normally in restoration, we use cleaners which are specific to varnishes, which is a whole different animal. This particular cleaning, because it's fire damage, is a completely different process. So the smoke cleaner is specific to paintings that have suffered this kind of damage. And so we're excited that we've got a formulation which is going to preserve the paint layer while at the same time take off these layers of soot. We are at a stage now where we have taken off at the top many of the layers which were pretty much just like this lower section. My swabs were so overwhelmed, they got black so fast that I have to kind of do it in stages. So you can see where This is the second cleaning. This is the first cleaning here, and then from this point on, it's the black soot. Now, I did clean the head of Andrew Jackson just for some excitement here to see what the original painting looked like with all the soot.
This is a really exciting time in the restoration of this painting because we are starting to see some really stark differences now between the original Ralph Earl painting and the Branson copy that we're working on here that Victor's been restoring. And one of the things you might know if you're familiar with the Earl painting is that it's set during the daytime with the blue cloudy sky in the background. And also, if you're familiar with Lloyd Branson's work and his landscapes in particular, you know that he gravitates towards these kind of sunset, atmospheric landscapes, lots of pinks and kind of pastel colors, very different than the Earl painting. And so what's really cool here is that we're starting to see now what Branson's kind of take on this painting is and how different it is from Earl's original.
Last time we had talked about the cleaning, and now we're pretty much, as we had stated earlier, got it pretty much clean, with the exception of little ingrained dents and things which I'm going to probably touch up later. My big concern right now, however, is this puncture here, as you can see. And what I plan to do there is to consolidate the back with some wood veneer, since this is a wood substrate. So the veneer on the back side with the adhesive will shore all that up.
So last time, I believe we were talking a little bit about the coloration, and we were thinking about what it's going to look like as Victor continues to clean. So now we're almost totally cleaned, and you can see that the colors have changed quite a bit. One of the things we were thinking about was, is this going to be a complete copy of the original Earl portrait, or is Branson going to put his own spin on things a little bit? And as we've cleaned, we see that it is quite different from the original Earl portrait. The background is pink, so we have this kind of sunset landscape going on here. We have also noticed a few other deviations from the original portrait, including the white pants, whereas in the original portrait by Earl, Jackson's wearing yellow pants, and he also has a yellow collar here, or golden collar, and finally a red sash or belt around his waist. One of the reasons for this could be Branson, putting his own spin on things. The landscape, the sunset setting are certainly similar to some paintings by Branson, but another reason is I think that the individual who donated this painting to Knoxville High School, S.G. Heiskell, is also the author of a book on Jackson, which was published in 1918. And the book includes a low resolution, reproduction of the painting in black and white. So I think it's highly likely that instead of intentionally, changing the color of the pants, removing the red belt, changing the color of the collar, Branson is actually working from a black and white reproduction, and so trying to put together the likely colors himself, and then of course maybe also kind of putting his own spin on the background. Welcome back. I'm Riley, and I'm here with our Lloyd Branson equestrian portrait of Andrew Jackson after the original by Ralph Earl. And we've now, as you can see, got it back in its original frame with the original wooden plaque with dedication information related to the presentation of the painting to Knoxville High School in 1921. And as you can see, it's looking really fantastic. It's all back together again. You can see how large it is, and also you can see the magnificent restoration that is now complete.
Just to review, what we had done is we had used a specialty smoke cleaner. This painting had layers of soot and smoke, which had chemically bonded into the masonite panel, which it's painted on. So we had to use specialty cleaners, and step by step took one layer after another layer until we did get to the paint layer. And also we had some perforations in the masonite panel itself, which I had put back together from the back side, veneered with wood, and then we retouched the paneling. So it was quite an extensive restoration, but we're very pleased with the outcome.
We're really excited to bring this painting to auction and have it exposed and bring it back to life and hope that everyone will come join us at our Knoxville gallery or bid online. And we are looking forward to seeing you all bid.